Everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. This time we're going to be talking about, first off, and look, I'm typically positive, but I got to call it like I see it. Last night, which would have been November 16th in the States, Dark Zone, the later session. What was going on? Anybody who's not aware, check out what we're going to show. Basically, sort of some nonsense, bugs crashing. It was the weirdest thing ever. Don't know what happened. Haven't heard anything. So if you know, please comment below. It didn't make any sense. I'll show some footage of what was going on because I started, after it happened a little bit, I started recording. We're also going to look, we got the update. Alliance War got some details in game. I'm going to point out some stuff that I see in there. Some of the things that I think might not go over very well, depending where it lands. So we're going to check this out. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Even if you're not new to the channel, check that out. It's the easiest way to kind of communicate, get content in the future, just chat in general. Comment below on anything that you want to say or that I ask maybe later in the YouTube comments. And hammer down like buttons, notification bell, subscribe, all that kind of thing. All right, let's just check this out.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so what you're about to see behind me is actually my footage from last night. Right now you can see I'm not in Dark Zone, I'm in Sakaar. And that's because I randomly got booted just as I was fighting a boss and it threw me to Sakaar. And not just me, everybody in the Omega Flight server got booted. And apparently it was happening in the Hydra servers. So you'll hear some commentary right after this, probably a lot of beeps, but you'll get the idea. So I just want to put the beeps in there to show you how frustrated people were.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, this is
I've never seen this happen before.
Neither have I.
This happened before.
And they're not going to give anything to anybody for shit.
No,
We
they're
did
not.
that.
Yeah, you know they're not.
So we go back into Dark Zone 2. And it's just, you know, we're clearly upset. So we go through here for a bit, and you can see we're going through bosses, bosses, bosses. Let's see. You can see all these nice, pretty bosses up, right?
That's like saying a kick.
Oh!
Oh, God.
Damn.
Did you record that, Wolves?
Yes, and yes, I did. Thank you
I'm
for
a
reminding me. This was beyond frustrating. We saw it in World Chat. This happened every 10 or 15 minutes. It was insane. And, you know, obviously Dark Zone is competitive. There's not great rewards necessarily for it, but there's a cool title that everybody likes to fight for. So this happened to us once before where the evening Dark Zones were not getting double points and the daytime Dark Zones were. So that was another time, at least on the Omega Flight server, where the Dark Zone had an issue. We never really got any commentary that I can recall about that, or any like compensation, I don't think either. I mean, because it's sort of like, how do you compensate half of a server and how much do you compensate them? I don't know. So anyway, that happened last night. There's another 40 minutes of this, or 30 minutes or so, because it happened pretty quick. And this is what I gotta say. Like, look, like I mentioned earlier, I like the game. I'm having fun. But I know a lot of other people are sort of teetering with how much fun they're having in the game. And, you know, stuff like this where they feel like they can't play is problematic, I'll say. So Netmarble, if you're watching, listening, please, whatever this was, let us know. Like, just say, hey, we screwed something up. Here's, you know, I'm sure in your system you can see who was there, or, you know what, just give some stuff to even the people who weren't there. You know, I personally don't mind, you know, but anyway, please fix whatever problem this is. Dark Zone's got issues already. It's, you know, the time it takes to go in there just for a title and, you know, the badges is, you know, a little problematic. So you want the zone to actually work. So, having said that, let's get back into what we actually got for Alliance War details. All right, so we got the patch today. And if you're not aware how to do this, you go to Alliance. And so the Alliance Omega War Beta shows up, right? We got some rewards. Whoa, we got rewards. What are our rewards? Fenris, we don't care about you, but these rewards. So you can see in a draw, you get gold, defeat gold, victory gold. Then you get your squad rank stuff, and you get these are Omega War tokens. Now, the difference is about half, and well, no, it's actually 800, about 800 less. And the defeated, the draw was what was about half. So The question becomes, do we care about Omega War tokens? Because that's all I really saw. Now, to answer that question, you would want to go to the Omega War section. Now, I've already bought my PIMS research log for 4,000. You'll see that I still have 24,000 left for the week. So like, and then when I look in here, I'm like, okay, I could buy endless amounts of Omega cards, 3 to 5. That's definitely good. So I'd like more of those. You could never have too many cards, no matter what. You know, you would have to spend endless amounts of Omega points or money to get as much as you need out of these, because you can have multiple cards for multiple characters and you want at least 2 sets of cards on each character. And then the other part here that I really want to focus on is the badges. So now the chance of these badges. First, notice that you're either getting a 3 or 4 star here, straight up. All right, so you're getting a 3 or 4 star. That's what's going to happen. Now, when you look at this set, all right, Guardian of Dimension is a set bonus. Now there is PvP damage increase, PvP damage increase, PvP damage increase this as well, right? And if you notice as I'm clicking through these, they're all Guardian of Dimension. So you definitely, if you're going for this, it's like, oh, I want to get my 6 PvP set. Now, if you recall though, we had the badge stat converter that we busted out a while back, where it was sort of this, basically it shows you exactly what the percentage. So what is the percent of 15,358 actual PvP increase? Do we know what that is? I know. I can look at this. So let's pull that up. All right, so there's a sweet converter. You can see it in this row right here. A whopping 7.54%. That's if you get the 15,358. And that might even be off one. Yeah, 358. Nope. So if you get the full 6 set, and it's got to be not just any of them, it's got to be actually the 6 stars. So the chance of getting that full 6-star set, first off, is crazy small. Even if you do get a 6 set that's broken apart between, 6, 5, 4, and 3s, it's the maximum you're going to get on PvP increase is 7.54%. So don't get crazy with that. Yes, these aren't bad. The chances to get them pretty small. So be rational about what you're doing here. Okay. Don't, break up alliances or friendships or make yourself go crazy trying to do these things, because frankly, I'm not convinced that it's, super great, rewards there as far as the beta goes. But having said that, I know I want some of these for the cards, the badges. Okay. So anyway, the rewards are there. Alliance rankings, it just takes you to, whatever this page is. So it's like, okay, well, not whatever, it's the Alliance rankings. So I'm like, okay, so this isn't showing me exactly what I'm doing, but if you go into any of these, I'll go to mine so I don't, show anybody else necessarily and upset them in case they didn't want that seen. But if you go into this, when you find a character or somebody in your alliance, you will see the Alliance Omega War. So that will certainly contribute to some of that, right? So it's kind of like, okay. So that's all I'm seeing right now for Alliance rankings. And then you look around here, there's not really anything else to click on other than this question mark. And this is where it takes us to some details. I'm not going to read through all this. If you want to read through all of this, I encourage you to. So I'm going to hit some high points that I want. We already know about the 10 versus 10, 15. It's walking you through exactly how to do it so that, if you've got any questions, issues, it is on here. I do like how Netmarble and Marvel Future Revolution do show this sort of stuff, because that way you can make sure you can get in. So it's like sweet, it talks about which one you can use, condition, current. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here, but it's saying it must be level 5 or higher. So you got to make sure that your alliance is a level 5 or higher to be able to do it. Matchmaking. So only the alliance leader and deputy can apply to participate, tap participate, but that's about participating. So it's like, that's this whole matchmaking section. So you can do this. This is basically going to be very similar to Omega War. All right. So it's for your party can get bigger, and it's specific to your alliance. So that's pretty sweet like that. So you're going to want to join their request. And then from there, there's this part where it's like, you can select alliance members from the invite list to go. So that will help you push and pull and all that sorts of thing. Again, very similar to what Alliance wore. The list can be refreshed by tapping the button. You can also remove some people. People can accept the invite like normal. So just like a regular Omega War, you can get that invite and decide what you want to do. Invited Alliance member was free of the invitation. They can choose, like I already mentioned. The participation, this is talking about the later deputy can check the participation status of the invited members. That's a cool story. Maybe you want to get someone in there who needs more participation. I don't know. And then when you come in here, the members will be shown on a list and sorted according to the combat power. So you can quit. I do like where it's going to be able to see that. So at least in your party, you can kind of see real quickly how strong your squads are, right? So it's like, okay, this person's this is this is this. All right, perfect. I've got enough power to go in here, even though you don't necessarily know who you're going to be matchmaking against, right? You can stop. I mentioned earlier, you can stop people from participating. Great. You can also proceed once the participating member has been selected. Take note that a certain amount of gold will be consumed upon participating. This is the part I do not like. The reason being is you see this little silver token here. So I'm going to go back off of this. And the reason I say is you can see this here. That tokens, that is used for the Alliance stats. Now, those Alliance stats are not big. They're not going to swing things one way or another dramatically. But I don't like that, you know, we're not maxed. We're not close to maxed. And we're level 19, pushing on level 20 Alliance. I can only imagine an Alliance that actually needs that gold and wants to do it, but maybe they only have 20 members. And it's like, well, I still want to get my crit rate 1 to level 5. So the fact that you kind of got to use that, potentially, use that gold to actually just enter, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, I mean, maybe there's certain things where you have to have a transaction for them to do something. Okay, it's blurred out. You can't really see it. It looks like it's at least 5 figures. So I'm kind of like, are you going to charge us at least 10,000 of that gold to do this? So it's 40,000 of this every weekend? Yeah, you know, I'm like, so I think it's going to, if they make this too costly and it's too tough to time people and too tough to coordinate, and on times that people don't want to do it, they're not going to get a lot of people to do the beta. They're just not. So fingers crossed. Right now it's the first weekend, so I'm excited for it. Other people are excited for it. I want to do it. Want to check it out. To keep that excitement going, Netmarble, I encourage you to think that over. Let's see what else we got here. And then it just talks about the timer. You can see the symbols slightly different. And then you go into the actual fight, and it plays the same way. I'm not going to read all this. It plays the same way as Alliance War does. It looks like there's a different map here. It looks like it's, you know, somewhere in Midgardia, maybe this place where you fight Laufey normally. And the crystals are there. You're fighting. There's some stairs and a podium. So maybe there's a little King of the Hill area. That's pretty awesome. So you can go fight up there. You know, the war ends soon. There's a score. There's a victory. You can check out the battle details. I mean, all of this looks exactly like the normal Omega War. And again, showing up the same as Omega War. And then they've got the reward system that we already went over. So you can see the victory reports, the lose rewards. And then it talks about the weekly contribution. Points earned in Omega are reflected. Great. How much is it? Please note that these points are accumulated on a weekly basis and accumulated separately from a Omega War. Okay. And that's all it says. So it says it's obviously subject to change. Okay, that's it. That's it. I gave you guys some of my thoughts as I went through here. Still excited to do the game mode. I want to make sure that I at least share that I encourage Netmarble to not cost Alliance gold to do this, especially in our beta, even in the regular gameplay. Unless that currency is increased, you're going to get Alliances not being able to do it. You do not want that to happen. Free to play Alliances that don't have a lot of gold or maybe less participation are not going to have as much of that. They're just not, especially right after the Alliance merge. As an Alliance that's been going since soft launch, you know, and that's where we're at with gold. I can only imagine where other Alliances are that are, you know, level 5, level 10, level 15. You know, I think those Alliances should be able to participate as well. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I mentioned earlier, Discord link in the description below. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bell, subscribe. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.